I just want to put a quick disclaimer on here that when I say Halloween makeup for moms, I don't mean that as a mom you can't dress up in a full elaborate costume or do really fun or theatric makeup. This is just really for people who either aren't very good at makeup or they're not going to be wearing a costume, whether they don't have the time, the money, or the resources available to do it. So for one reason or another, you're not dressing up, but maybe you still want to, match the look that your kids are doing. So I polled a bunch of parents, and by polled I mean I asked in groups I was in, what their kids were being for Halloween, and that's what these videos are based off of, the answers that I was given there. So a lot of people said, their kids are going to be Mickey or Minnie Mouse, ladybug, really anything red. This look would go really well for it. So you're not going to wear a full costume, but you still want to tie into your kids. You can do something like this. So that's all I mean by that. Have fun dressing up as little or as much as you want to. And I hope this video is helpful to some people. And yeah, I hope you enjoy and have a nice night. So my skin was already cleansed. I'll leave what I used in the description box down below. So now I'm going to go in with the SRB Beauty Oil. I'm going to massage this all into my skin. I ended up going in with 3 pumps of that to make sure I was nice and hydrated. And now I'm going with the Urban Decay Shadow Potion. Primer potion, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm applying that all over my lids, underneath my eyes, and up to the brow. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover Concealer Wand thingy. I'm going to apply that as like a base all over my eyelids, making sure that all my redness is covered. Now I'm going to go in with that neutral beige shadow and mix it with the white. And I'm going to apply that on the highest point of my brow bone. And I'm going to go in with that. It's basically like a shade darker, and I'm going to set the eyelid itself. I mean, that color is basically my skin tone. So just, a skin tone shade I'm going to go in to set the concealer along the rest of my lid and into my crease. Now I'm going in with a short, dense C-shaped brush. Try saying that 5 times fast. And I'm going in with that really, really red-toned brown color. I'm applying it like a liner on my lash line and into a wing shape. I'm bringing the color all the way in to my inner corner and again extending it out a little bit like a wing. You don't have to go in with a lot of shadow if you don't want to for the look. I wanted to tie the redness into the eyes, but you don't have to do that. You can just go in with the wing liner that you're going to see me do next. However, I ended up layering several reds and pinks to kind of create the tone that I wanted. So this is the first color that I went down in, and I did this to both eyes, and then I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D, the tattoo liner, the black one, and I'm going to do a small wing with that. So I'm just going in, applying the colors the way I want them, making sure that everything is blended. I ended up bringing this color a little bit into the crease, and then, hi there, you little shithead. I don't know when you went in my room. Anyway, I'm going to go back in with that red color, that pink color, bring it a little bit into the crease before going in with the lightest shimmery color in the palette. This I'm packing on that inner corner of the eye as well as all the way across my eyelid. and up above the crease, up to the top of my brow, just on that like inner third. But I really wanted to lighten the color up. I wanted to give it a lot of shimmer, so I went in with a lot of this color, almost across the whole lid. I would say about 3/4 of the way across the lid I did that. And then when I was done with putting it on my lid and on the inner corner, I also applied it just underneath the brow bone. Now I'm going to take the SRB water bomb and I'm going to apply this using a Q-tip underneath my eyes. I'm going to use this to clean up all of the fallout that I have from the shadows. And I like to do this versus a makeup wipe because this product is super moisturizing and hydrating. So it'll double as an eye cream and, you know, make sure my under eyes are nice and prepped for the makeup. And now I'm going to go in with that same moisturizer across my entire face. I'm tapping my fingers together and tapping it into the skin before I start to massage it in, because this product has like microscopic little water beads. So by tapping it, you kind of burst them to activate the product. Do you mind, Missy? So once that's massaged in, I'm mixing the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector with some water oil and some Face Atelier foundation. I'm shearing it out and making sure it's nice and glowy, and then applying that basically onto my entire face. This creates like a very sheer coverage, which I prefer. I like to go in with a sheer coverage and then just apply any kind of concealer or a second layer of foundation if I need it. So that's what I did here. I applied that almost all across my entire face. I went very, very light over the freckles I naturally had. Then I went in with about half a pump more of foundation. And that I went in basically straight just in the areas where I needed more coverage. So now I'm taking that same Danessa Myricks concealer. I'm applying that underneath my eyes. And I'm going to blend it in using my fingers. I'm not going in super bright because I want to make sure that I cover my dark circles first. So I'm going in with a concealer that more closely resembles my skin tone, blending it in. And then I'm going to follow that up with another concealer. That one is by Makeup Atelier. It's going to be in the color Clear Pink. It's a little bit lighter and more pink toned, and then I'm going to go in with that instead to brighten. So just a little bit. First I'm going to, again, use this Danessa Myricks concealer. I'm going to layer it where I need it, take any excess on my fingers over spots that I have. Then I'm going to go in with that lighter color, start it just on the inner corner of the under eye area, blend it in, and take just a little bit more onto the high points of my face to highlight. So for me, that's going to be the center of my chin. I'm going to go a little bit above my lip, down the bridge of my nose, focusing on that like top part, blending it in with my fingers before going in to set the concealer. I'm going to be setting this with the RCMA No Color Powder and that Real Techniques little, I don't know if it's a foundation brush or a powder brush, I'll have to check. But I'm going to focus this on the under eye area, as well as the nasal labial folds, right around my chin and around my nostrils, is that's where I tend to get the most oily. I want to keep the glow that I have everywhere else, especially because I'm going to be going in with more cream products. So I'm going to set that, and then I'm going to go in with the RCMA, oh I'm sorry, it's not the RCMA, it's the Ben Nye Blush Wheel. That's going to be fun. So in this wheel, I'm going to be taking that really bright red that I smile devilishly at the thought of, and I'm going to mix it with that hot pink there with a little bit of the Benetint liquid highlighter. I'm going to mix the three of those products together to get the shade that I want, and I'm going to apply that really heavily actually to my cheeks, my apples of my cheeks going backwards. Oh yeah. And I'm going to buff that in really good. This stuff blends in like a dream. I mean, you can see it's not hard to blend in at all. I'm also going to apply a good bit of that to my nose too. You don't have to go in with this much blush, but I want it to be really kind of cartoonish and cute. So I'm going to go in heavily with the blush and also put it on my nose for that cutesy look.